Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host Colin, and today I'm going to show you my recommendations for my favorite stuff that you need for rock climbing. Now this is just my personal opinion of what I think you guys will want and need as you start progressing in climbing, and we'll be going from top rope and lead climbing and also indoor-outdoor. So let's get it started. So whenever you start rock climbing, you're probably just going to be starting at the gym and all that, so you won't need much, but I recommend, if you're going to be using their shoes, a pair of socks, just because, it's gym shoes. They're used shoes, so probably pretty gross. Okay, so that's your basics for gym clothes, just you and a pair of socks, and you should be covered by the rest. Next, we're going to be saying that you've been climbing for a little while, you like it, but you're not sure if you want to buy gear yet. So, if you're at that stage, I'd recommend at least buying hand cleaning stuff. So whenever your calluses get really bad, you might not be able to see them from here, but you start peeling all that, you can use it to take care of your calluses. And I've got a video on how to do that, so if you want to go check it out, it'll be in the top corner coming on right now. Okay, next, you want to start building up your rack. So all you really need are now this is not a necessity, but it's really convenient, is a chalk bag. And also, if you want to be even better, you got a chalk ball in there. So, I'll have both those things down in the description below, just with everything else on here. Next, your own pair of shoes. Now, whenever you start rock climbing, you probably don't want a super aggressive pair of shoes so your feet don't be in total pain. So, unless you're sure you're going to be into this, I'd recommend getting a pair of neutral shoes right here. These are La Sportiva, gender neutral, tarantulas if I remember correctly. And I got a video on how to take care of them, so go to the top again if you have a pair of shoes but you're looking how to take care of them. And lastly, you're going to want a harness. Now this is probably, unless you're bouldering, the most important part of your gear. This is your lifeline. That's what it looks like, kind of extended. Got 4 gear loops and a chalk bag holder. Now this is the Black Diamond Momentum, but also if you're not wanting to spend like $50 or so, which is what this harness is, and I've got another choice for you. You can use your more gym style harnesses. Now, they don't come with the 2 loops and its own belay loop, it's just one thing, but you can still belay off of it, and if you're lucky you have a gear loop. Now, this is 50. And this, whenever I bought it, was 18. So, you get pros and cons with each of them. Okay, next, once you start your belay class and pass that, you're probably going to want to get your own ATC. Now, right here, one second, my brother was using this, so it got turned around, is the Black Diamond XP. I really like this one, just because it's got the sliders down there so you can control speed better. It's really nice. I've used it for lead belay and normal belay, so it really works out well. Now let's see, what do I have on this table next? Now whenever you're going to start rappelling, you're probably going to want to get a sling. This is a Black Diamond Runner. And also, you're going to want to get yourself another carabiner. Now, you're just starting out in your workout platform, so you've got places to move and all that. You're not hanging off this as your only lifeline. A simple non-locking carabiner will be fine. And you just thread it through, tie it off with a simple girth cinch, and it works out really well. And tie it to your harness, and it'll keep you. Now we're going to be going on to the outdoor part of rock climbing. So whenever you go outdoors, you can still use your ATC. If you want a little bit more safety, I'd recommend using either a GriGri, a Trango cinch, or a click up. I personally haven't used a click up, but I've used the cinch and the GriGri, and they're both very nice. Now right here in my hands, I have the GriGri Plus, which is the newest model, and it has the safety lock, so if you pull down too fast or too hard, you won't just drop the person you're belaying. And it also has top rope and lead mode, so that way it'll be more suited for each of those things. And now, continuing with the outdoor theme, you're going to want a lot more locking carabiners. Now, I personally, my favorite not to use whenever I'm outdoors is the quad anchor. So that requires 4 locking carabiners, a 20-foot cord, and by the way, I'll make a guide on how to do this. And also, you're going to need a rope. Now right here is a black diamond dynamic rope. And you might be wondering, well, what's the difference between dynamic and static? And dynamic means that it'll stretch whenever you fall. It'll stretch that way. If you're taking a big fall, like if you're lead climbing, or if you take a big whipper, then you'll be less worried about hurting yourself. But if it's a static rope, that means it can hold more weight, like it's pulling, but not weight that's dropped on it. So it's give or take. If you're going to be doing a lot of top roping, maybe a static rope, they're cheaper. But the dynamic rope, it allows you to go straight into lead climbing, so I personally like that better. And like I said, a 20-foot cord, you'll want that. And this is 7mm static rope. So it's fine to have a static anchor, but not really with dynamic rope. And lastly, if you're really into trusting your anchors, you're probably going to want a daisy chain style of anchor to yourself. So this allows you to put your ATC through the 2 loops or clip into the top so you can rappel and all that jazz. So it's really, really nice. Okay, next with lead climbing, you're pretty much going to just need, if you're having the daisy chain or some sort of tether, a locking carabiner, and your dynamic rope, and a partner, unless you're rope soloing, which we'll get to that in a minute. You're going to need quick draws. Now these are my personal favorite quick draws. These are made by Mad Rock. They are alpine style draws. They're super light, and they come in a pack of 6 for every one that you buy. They're $50, so it's a steal, in my opinion. Next, we're going to want to look into safety. So you get an injury, a little first aid kit can never hurt, literally. Athletic tape. This stuff is really nice, especially whenever you work with Callus or something. Just put this over. It doesn't feel the greatest, but it'll still allow you to keep climbing. And then lastly, I personally love BioFreeze. For those times where you pull a muscle or something, but you don't want to quit climbing, just rub this stuff on you. You'll feel great again. Make your body feel great again. There we go. And then also, now we're going to go back to the top rope section. And whenever you are self-belaying, this might be a trick that you get taught, it might be a trick that you don't get taught. I'll make a video later about how to do this. You're going to need either A, a rope that you can attach yourself to, or B, if you feel better, attach yourself to the ground, and you'll need 2 carabiners for that, and your GriGri, so that way you can self-climb. And also, another trick that you can do, and this is called rope soloing, I was talking about that earlier, or self-lead climbing. You're going to need a backpack. This is just a simple Disney backpack that we picked up on one of our trips. And any backpack will work as long as it's big enough to fit your rope in. And you're going to want, again, a GriGri in my opinion. And my favorite, again, is the GriGri Plus, which I think will be the best just because it's got the lead mode, so the rope will feed out easier. So, yeah. Now, the last couple things I want to get on are A, clothing. I'll show you what I personally like to wear. Now, whenever you start getting climbing a lot, you're going to want better clothes. So, right here, these are the MaxFlex by Urban Pipeline, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Now, these are super nice. They're kind of like pants where they got protective. They're stretchy. They've got very, very big pockets so you can fit your phone, Kleenex, whatever you want inside of them. Next, we've got the Tech Gear kind of shirts. Like any old basketball shirt will work fine. You just want something that's stretchy and you don't mind sweating in. And lastly, this is probably the most important thing because every little ounce helps and every bit of stretch helps. So, some sort of basketball type of undies that you don't mind wearing. Let's see next. You're going to want a helmet if you're going to be outdoor climbing. Just because, as you can imagine, falling rocks, you trip, smack your head into it, or you take a whipper and you don't see this rock sticking out and you slam into it. So yeah, if you can afford an actual climbing helmet, that'd be great, but any old bike helmet will work just fine too. Lastly, we're getting on to coats. So this is again for outdoor climbing. If your conditions vary, of course, from where you live, you're going to want different types of coats. Now, I live in the center of the US, so the weather changes quite erratically. So, whenever it's cold in the morning, it's going to get warmer later. I like to wear this Bear Grylls shirt. It's a nice little jacket. It's a lot like the shirts, and it's very breathable. Next, if it's going to be a little bit colder, but still not terrible, and I like to wear some sort of fleece. Now, fleeces, as you can imagine, are light, they're super warm, and even if they're a little bit big on you, they are still okay for climbing. And lastly, if you're going out and super cold or rainy, some sort of raincoat would be nice. Now, I got this one at the Oregon coast from the aquarium there. I've had this coat for like a year or two. It's amazing. And you can also remove the hoodie if you're not a fan of hoodies, since that could be pretty annoying if you're in wind and the hoodie is blowing all over the place while you're climbing. That could be pretty distracting, probably kind of dangerous. So yeah. Let's see, do I have anything else I want to cover? Oh yeah, and of course you're probably going to want some sort of bag. Carry this in. Now, any just big old backpack will work for storing all your climbing gear, and also you might need to buy a separate rope bag. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you like this video, tell me what you liked about it. And if you didn't like this video, tell me what you think I should improve on. Thank you for watching. God bless you, your families, and your channels. This is Colin the Climber, signing out.